There can be some people who can also start their career, especially if you have a freshers here. You can also start your career after this training. You can also start your career as an end user also. There's nothing bad about it. If you want to become a consultant, if you have operation experience, you can jump in as a consultant. If you don't have any experience, you are fresher, still you can start your career journey as a consultant. But you can also become, if you are a complete fresher, you can also start as an end user. Because a lot of companies who have SAP, specifically in the finance, if where the SAP is there, it is not easy to handle this tool. The companies need to go with the specific trainings. Okay, they need to provide to their people so that they would be able to do the operation jobs, and they should also be able to handle SAP. So they always prefer, you will see the end user jobs also, they have mentioned ki bhaiya, SAP experience is required. There should be some SAP experience should be there, right? They have mentioned in the job description. So even though if you are starting as an end user, after this training, you will be mentioning that this is part of SAP, you know it. You can also start your career as an end user, and later on, once you get some experience, you can convert your profile to a consultant. I really love that path. Well, how I started as an end user, working on to first a company where SAP was not there, then become an end user in a company where SAP was there, working onto the operations, works into the quality, production, planning, different areas. Then I become a process expert in SAP, or which you call it as a core user. And then from core user, I become a functional consultant. So I have gone through this path. If you have also gone through all of this path, which is not mandatory, the level of knowledge would be very deep. If you have worked as an end user, you really know that what this users require. I tell you the example. In one of a place, our user keep on asking that. He said that my sales orders would be coming from external system, which is Hybris is a system where my sales order would be booked. And as soon as it comes to S/4HANA, these would be the blocked. My sales orders would be blocked. A normal consultant hear that from end user and work on to the requirement that every sales order automatically need to be blocked. You need not to do any development for that. With the configuration, you can achieve it, but that's a requirement. But if you have worked as a end user, if you have worked into the operations, you will spend more time to understand ki bhaiya, why block? Why do you want them as a block? And when we discuss them in detail, we came to know that they want to block the sales order because they want to check each of the sales order, and then they want to manually do the stock allocation. Certain sales order which they want to deliver it after 2 months, SAP in standard do the automatic availability check, and they confirm the stock, and they want to confirm or unconfirm the quantities manually. That is the requirement. And this requirement, actually, they don't want to block it. This requirement can be achieved by having a correct implementation of ATP, available to promise, or correct implementation on AATP, advanced available to promise. By doing that, this can be achieved. So the requirement is stock allocation and confirmation, but the end user is saying that block the sales order, right? So you need to always, based on your experience, you need to jump into more detail. Why it is required? Why do you want to block the sales order? Okay, if you will fulfill this requirement, it means that end user always would be coming like that. I want this. Actually, he wants something else. He wants something else. So based on experience, if you go in detail, ki, haan, ye problem kya hai? Why do you want to get this thing done? And then a detailed discussion, you will be able to come to know that this is the problem and this is the right solution we need to give it.